Okay, hello there. Welcome to day 3 of your bootcamp, your online marketing bootcamp from Savvy Marketing Pro. My name is Eric Senyonga, and together with my team here at Savvy Marketing Pro, we are very excited and proud to be bringing to you this free 10-day bootcamp. Over the last 2 days, we've been together. On the first day, we understood that really your business cannot sell itself. You need marketing to do that, because marketing is the bridge between your business and your customers. On day 2, we continue to look at the most dangerous number in your business, which is number 1. And we looked at having too few customers and all the reasons why that is the worst place to be in. Today, we are going to look at the types of marketing, or the ways that you can market your business. And that's why we are going to dive in right now. So, types of marketing, there are really many ways to kill a rat. Yes, I remember when I was in high school, my math teacher used to like giving us word problems. You know, those very long word problems. If Jen did this, and so Tom had 4 apples and Mary had 16 apples. And then Mary, you know, those very long things. And he always would say that there are so many ways to kill a rat. And he would say, you should approach these problems in so many different ways, which shall all end up at the same answer. So for example, he would say, to kill a rat, number 1, you could chase it until it gets tired and it faints, right? It was funny. You could poison it, you could set up a mouse trap, you could strangle and choke this rat, you could hit it with a newspaper, you could shoot it, you could literally do a number of things in order to kill a rat. So today, we want to look at the different types of marketing that you can do for your business to make sure that you're getting your product and your word into the masses' hands. So the different ways to promote your business. Number 1, we have corporate identity. I'm going to list them down here. And then after, we shall be looking at each and its pros and its cons. And then I'll give you what we recommend that you should be able to do to have a sustainable business. So there is corporate identity, then there is word of mouth referrals, there is the mainstream media, events and sponsorships, traditional online marketing avenues, and then social media marketing. So let's dive right into the first one, corporate identity. This is basically flyers, business cards, brochures, you know, branded promo materials like pens, t-shirts, and calendars and all those things. So the good thing about the pros of corporate identity, number 1, they are cheap to make. You can make so much of this material at a relatively very low cost. They easily communicate standard information of the company, like your address, maybe what you do, a little bit of your services, a little bit about your products. You know, so they easily communicate that. It helps connect your audience with your brand. Yes, so a person will be able to see this business card and say, oh, okay, this is who they are. And then it strengthens your key messages and branding. However, the disadvantage that corporate identity items have is that, number 1, it's very hard to measure return on investment. You don't know how many you've given out and how much of that has actually brought you tangible business. And then it's difficult to target specific groups of people. Yes, so that is corporate identity. Then the second one is word of mouth referrals. And this one is really, really common. So many people really love word of mouth referrals simply because, first of all, they are very trustworthy. You see, it's very different when a salesman is telling you about a certain watch. And then also when your friend comes to you and says, you know what, there's this watch that I really love, you should go and buy it. You'll take your friend's word more seriously than what the salesman is telling you, because you already have a trust relationship with your friend. So it's a very trustworthy channel. It is very low cost. Most of the time it is free, as long as you have done your homework as a business to give this initial customer a very good experience. Then they'll be able to market your business. The flip side, by the way, of word of mouth is that they can also demarket. They can also demarket your business. So it's a very free, low cost. And it also has higher conversion. It's very easy for when a person a lot of the products that I have bought personally, I have a friend who is always recommending to me different things, the TV, the fridge, even this equipment that we have here, a lot of it was because someone just recommended it to me, a friend. But the flip side of it is that it's not very scalable. It is very hard to have a really massive reach with just word of mouth. And then it is not as reliable as some of the channels that we are going to be looking at, because you want to have your business in a way that you have a marketing engine where you know and you're sure that when you put in X, you're going to get 2x, 3x, 10x, right? With word of mouth, you're not very sure of who when the next customer is going to come through. Yes? And then the other thing is bad clients will always refer other bad clients. I remember a time maybe 4 years ago when we had, in our business, we had a very, let me call him a bad client, really. That's how that's what I can say. It's a bad client. This bad client was so good with word of mouth, he would refer other people. We had given him a good deal, yes, or what you would call a discount deal, simply because we were in a fix at the time. But whenever he would refer to us business, he would tell the other person that, by the way, the actual price is what? Whatever we had given him. And then his bad clients would also come together and, they just made business hell. Oh, by the way, we might have another segment on clients and bad clients and why you should not deal with them. Okay, moving forward, the mainstream media. This one is one that has been there for the longest time. So those are newspapers, radios, adverts, TV adverts, and billboards. The good thing about mainstream media, of course, so many people are talking about mainstream media being so bad, that this is, it is backward, it's not, no longer works. But truth is, it has some good things to it. Number one, you're able to reach a very wide audience with high impact. Yes, so you imagine someone is watching their television, their TV, and they see your brand in front of, your message is going to reach so many people in a very short period of time. So you have a big and wide audience. You get good, it's very good for brand recognition, yes, and prestige. There is a higher believability when it comes to adverts that are seen on TV and on newspapers, on billboards. It sort of gives your business that prestige. People know that, this must be a serious business, because most of the people who run adverts on TV and radio and newspapers and billboards, these people they normally have a really big budget and they are normally very established. Yes, and you also get very good high local coverage. So if you're within a particular area, you can just go to the different TV stations and, they'll advise you accordingly on what you can do with their advertising. But however, on the flip side, one of the biggest problems with this mainstream media is that it's first of all, it's very hard to measure the return on investment. You can really put in a lot of money, but you're not sure. You're more on a guessing side of the equation. You don't know if your business is going to bring you, if your adverts are going to bring you business, and you don't know how to measure how much business that they are bringing you. It's also very expensive. I was recently approached by a few people from our media houses within Uganda here where I am, and the kind of monies that they were talking about for very short placements and very short airtime in specific times of the day, it was so high. We were talking about $3,000, I think, per 30-second segment. It was crazy. So it's very expensive. Then it is hard to target the right audience, because remember, everyone is watching the TV. Yes, everyone is watching the news. So the particular person that you might be looking for, you might get lost in the noise. And also, it's very costly to make changes. Normally, when you look at these adverts, they have very high production value. So for you to make a change to that advert that has taken a while to build, it has taken a production team, it has taken a script, it has taken so many things, it is normally costly and very expensive. And also the mainstream media has it's a cluttered environment with high competition. So every 30 seconds, you're seeing a different advert. So you see my advert, then you see another person's advert, then you see another, so you get blinded out, or you get your particular business might get bogged down. So that's the challenge with mainstream. It's good, but it has very many cons. Then you can do events and sponsorships where, we are talking about exhibitions, conferences, trade shows, awards, and charities. This is also a very good way to make your business grow. And some of the good things about it is that events and these conferences and sponsorships are very good for networking. Secondly, you get to interact directly with clients. If you've been at a trade show, you're standing in your stall and you're promoting your business. People come and just stand around and you talk directly to them. You're able to get direct feedback. You're able to get everything is very direct, right in that moment. Then it's also a very good opportunity to collaborate with other businesses. So, for example, on a sponsorship, you might be having different other companies that are sponsoring a particular event. then you'll be able to collaborate with some of them and make business happen. Events and sponsorships are very good for brand awareness. And there's also an opportunity to reconnect with existing customers. There are some customers who might have forgotten about you. But if you meet them at an event and you meet them at a sponsorship and you meet them at something of the sort, you're able to reconnect with them and rekindle their love for your business. However, on the flip side, it is very hard to measure return on investment from the sponsorships and events. It's really, really hard. You would have to have very many systems in place to just measure that. And then it is very time consuming to prepare and organize these events. It's very time consuming. Also, it's expensive to attend. It's just, so imagine you have an event in one city, then another event in another city, then, so you're moving around a lot. Travel time and all this becomes a challenge. And also the other thing about events and these sponsorships is that they don't happen all the time. So this would not be one of those things that you put as your primary marketing channel. This would be maybe a secondary channel that, whenever an event comes up, you are right there. Then you lack control on the events themselves because a lot of things are not in your control. For example, the weather, how many people actually attend, will there be media coverage? A lot of that is out of your control, and that is why it shouldn't be one of your primary methods of advertising or sponsoring. Yes, okay, we proceed. Then, traditional online avenues. This is another way, websites, and then we are talking about websites, content marketing, and email marketing. Now, with traditional online avenues, these ones have always been known. People know that they need to have a website, they need to do some content marketing, they need to be sending out emails to their potential clients. These are some of the pros. They improve your credibility. So right now in the online landscape or in the era that we live in, most people begin. So if they hear about your company, what are they going to do? They are going to first go and Google. If they don't find you on Google, they'll most likely lose trust that your business actually will work. So number one, it will help you improve your credibility. It's geared towards people who are intentionally looking for you. This is called intent-based marketing. So for example, if you're selling shoes and then someone types into Google, I want shoes. How can I find very nice designer shoes? Google is going to suggest, for example, your website or a piece of content that you have worked on that is in that direction of shoes, of how to choose the best shoes. So someone is intentionally already looking for you, so that it's geared towards people who are intentionally looking for you, which is a good thing. Then there is a huge space for you to drive your point home. Yes, so compared to, for example, a billboard, you don't have so much space to drive your point home. But with like, for example, content marketing, if you write a piece, you write a blog about your particular business and why it's an advantage to clients to come to you, you're most likely going to be able to do what? To drive your point home with all the benefits and features of your product or your service. So that's a very big thing. Then you also have it has a long shelf life, meaning your website can be there once it's done today, it's going to be there tomorrow, the other week, so it's more of something that you can do once and will keep on bringing for your business year in, year out. And then, of course, because it's online, anyone, anywhere, at any time is able to see your content. Now, the disadvantage of it, though, is that it can be expensive to set up and it will need expertise. It's not very easy to just wake up one morning. You might need a programmer, you might need a person who is really good with content marketing, then someone who knows how to use email marketing tools to make sure that your message is going out. So it needs a little bit of expertise, but otherwise, it is a very good avenue. And then finally, social media marketing. And we are talking about platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and other social media platforms. The beauty about social media marketing is that it is very targeted. So you can decide that I want women who are between the age of 25 and 30 who do not have babies, and maybe they've just started their new job. It's very targeted. You can send your message to exactly whom you're looking for. Then you have very measurable return on investment. You can know that you put in maybe $10 into an advert and you've made maybe $100 out of that very same advert because of the analytics that is built into these social media platforms. It is relatively cheap right now, at least compared to the mainstream media. And then you can easily retarget and follow up. So this is a beauty about social media market. The way these platforms set up their algorithms, you can keep on following a person even if they haven't bought the first time. So for example, maybe I post a video on social media and then I can always tell Facebook that, you know what, for anyone who has watched 30 minutes or 30 seconds, of this video, please show them this other video. So a person will always be exposed to my brand day in, day out, depending on what I want. So it's very easy to follow up using social media. It is scalable. You're able to reach so many people. For example, just on Facebook, I think there are billions of people. Yes, so if you have a global brand, you're able to do something very nice with social media. Then you also have direct response from potential clients. So a person sees your advert immediately, they'll tap, they'll ask a question, they'll send you a message immediately. So you have an opportunity to immediately convert people who are interested and also to begin converting those who are just thinking and looking. Yes, and then if you really do social media correctly, it has the most amazing results. You'll be shocked by the kind of results that you can get from social media marketing. But on the flip side, of course, not everything has only good things. So the bad thing or the disadvantageous side of social media marketing is that, number one, it is time consuming. It can be very time consuming, and you'll often require a lot of research in order to make this work. For example, in our company, just in Savvy Marketing Pro, it took us, I think, 4 years to figure out the social media marketing game. Yes, and then it can also be very expensive to outsource. So we thought at the beginning that maybe we can just give this to someone else. We realized people charge actually a lot of money to just handle your social media marketing, and for the right reasons, because they also took a long time to master the skill. And then you can endure a lot of losses if you don't know what you are doing. And that is why at Savvy Marketing Pro, we have an online marketing masterclass. This is the bootcamp. That one is a masterclass to help you have the right quantity and quality of customers coming to you by using social media platforms. If you want to check that out, you can always, the link should be somewhere down in the description. But those losses can be heavy, and that heartache, you don't want to go through it. We've already done this for 4 years, learning and mastering the skill. Now we want to teach it to you so that you can be able to grow your business and serve more of your customers. So in conclusion, really, we recommend that you have at least 2 or 3 marketing channels that you really focus on, that hinge your business. You should have at least one primary channel and then 2 secondary channels, just to enhance the first primary one. And we recommend social media marketing as being your primary one, and then the second one could be the traditional online avenues. You make sure you have a website, you make sure you're doing some content marketing, and also email marketing should be in there. And then maybe the third can be any of the rest that we have already talked about, telling by the pros and cons that you already saw. So that makes it our day 3. Tomorrow, we are going to be looking at the fastest way to make money right now in your business. So you don't want to miss. Thank you for attending and spending your time with me today. Cheers and have a blessed day.